So I've swapped the camera over to see how the videos look if I'm recording on this side. Just for fun. I mean, why not? So I'll see later when I'm posting them up if I like them better on this side or if I'm going to go back to that side. We'll see how we go. In this beautiful video, what I wanted to talk about is the membership site for all of you, to see if this is a fit for you. The first thing we wanted to talk about is, and it's in the video that's on the membership site page, that me and my beautiful spirit team, we're not here to convince you of anything if you haven't figured that out yet. We're not here to convince you that this is for you, that you have to do this, that you need this. That's not how we function. For those of you that you have been following along, you already know that. This membership site is for you if it resonates in your heart. If you are looking for a place where you can share spiritual things, if you're going through awakenings. For example, when I went through my first awakening, I didn't have anyone to talk to and all this weird stuff was happening. And I was like, oh my God, it's so hard to go through it and not have anyone to share it with, because my husband's a complete atheist. And chances are, if I started talking to him about, I'm like seeing angels now and I'm talking to angels and they're giving me guidance, he probably would have booked me in for, a mental checkup with a psychiatrist or something. With my daughter, I don't like discussing it with her because I want her to find her own way. I don't want to influence her beliefs at all. And that comes from so many years sitting in church, being told what to believe, So I don't want to do that to her. So when all of these things were happening to me, I thought, oh, okay. I just felt like I had no one to talk to, With time, my beautiful team found people. We just gravitated, to all these beautiful friends that I have now, that I can talk to them. I send them messages or they send me messages when they're going through things, And so I have a network now of spiritual friends. But many of us out there, when we're going through awakenings and things are happening and we're starting to have communication with the other side, we don't have anyone to talk to. And that was one of the reasons that my beautiful spirit team wanted me to create this membership site for you. Now, to be clear, this membership site is a space of unconditional love for us. Okay, it's a space of non-judgment. When you are stepping into this membership site, there needs to be a clear understanding that we are all on different paths and that no path is better than any other path. So there may be people in there talking about angels, there may be other people talking about past lifetimes. If none of these things have happened to you, that's fine. It may not be your path. For a long time, I didn't believe in past lifetime regressions. I thought they were bogus, I'll be honest, for a really long time, until I had my first one. And I cried for almost a week because it was so intense. And it wasn't that it wasn't like a dream and it wasn't like a vision. I was there when I was taken back. And it wasn't the intention of what I was listening to. It was a somatic breathwork workshop. And I'd never done one before. And it wasn't what he was guiding us to. It's just what happened. It just happened, And I was just, for a week, I was gone. When I had recalled that past lifetime, I just couldn't stop crying. There was so much grief still stored inside. And it helped me to understand so much that had been trapped, that I just couldn't understand from this lifetime why I felt this way about certain things, So things like that, perhaps it hasn't happened for you and perhaps you don't believe in it, but it may be something that you may experience with time. It just isn't the time yet for you to do that, like with me. Or it may be something that's not on your path, and that is okay too. It doesn't matter. It's just not meant for you. It doesn't matter. It's not right or wrong. We need to understand that our path is our path. And that's it. And that person's path is that person's path. And your partner's path is your partner's path. And your children's path is your children's path. And one of the things that made that super clear to me, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I couldn't wait for her to be born because I loved school so much when I was little. I know, don't even go there. I was one of the weird ones. I loved learning, I loved reading, I loved everything about school, and I loved maths. Oh, I'm going to say it. I'm sorry for those of you out there that hate maths. I loved maths. I was one of those really weird kids. Anyway, I couldn't wait for her to start school so that I could relive all that with her, only to find out when she got to preschool that she hated reading. She didn't dislike it. She hated it. To her, it was a chore. And then going through school, she didn't like any of the things in school that I used to like. But as I observed her journey, her path, she was more in tune with making friends, with having a group of friends, with connecting with others at school. And I didn't have that growing up. All through primary school, my focus was learning. I wanted to learn about this world. I was fascinated with this world. And I didn't have any friends. I didn't have time. Whatever time I had free, I was in the library reading about more stuff. That was me. That was my path. But even my daughter's path was completely different. It's completely different to mine. And it took me a while to step back because at the beginning I thought, wow, she's really going to struggle at school, because she doesn't like reading. She doesn't like maths. Everything's going to be hard work. And it was, for a while, it was. Eventually she found a balance that she could do both, It's not her favorite thing to do, reading and maths and schoolwork, but she makes time for it now, But yeah, I used to think, oh, she's going to find it so hard, and there's like 13 years of it, There's like 13 years of school. So I just really felt for her that her life was going to be hard until school was over, and then she could get on with whatever it is she wanted to do, So I always focused with her on other children, on making friendships, on observing relationships, on how children interact, when children say things or when they're bullies or things like that, and we sit down and we discuss it, and why do you think this, and why do you, and then I always explain to her that what she has at home is not what other children have at home. I try to explain to her that some children go home and their parents are divorced. They only have one parent at home. They don't have both. They have to visit the other parent on weekends. They don't get to see them all week. This is the reality for some children. Other children go home and their parents are arguing and fighting all the time. There's all this yelling and yelling and yelling. And that's their reality, Not everyone goes home and their parents are in harmony, And they love each other and they get on, there's what's it called? There's peace in the home, Not everyone has that at home. So we've had all these conversations with my beautiful daughter, but it's honoring that person's path, accepting that, well, this was my path, the learning, I was fascinated with this world. That was my path. But this is her path. She's more here about the people, about others, interacting with others, with other human beings, So, the beautiful membership site is honoring that as well, that we're all different, that we're all having different experiences, and that we're all here on different paths. But it's creating this beautiful space that we can come and share whatever we're going through. And there'll be support. There'll be others going through the same, I can guarantee it. We're never alone. I discovered that later. When I finally found my beautiful tribe, my beautiful group of people that I can talk to at any time about anything, that took time. But when I found them, we were like, oh my God, I'm not alone. It's not just me that's going through all of this, You too. It's like, yes. And the growing that we have done, the expanding that we have done since we've been together has been even more, you know, because you're bouncing off each other in the space of unconditional love. When you start to step into that, it grows and grows and grows. It is so beautiful. Love just expands and expands and expands. And the membership site is for that, you know, for people to come in and to be in that space of love, to be held, to be seen, to be heard. Whatever they want to share is accepted. You know, that this is your path and that's okay. You know, for people to share their beautiful stories. If they're talking to angels, if they're talking to God, whatever experiences they're having. Every time we share these gorgeous experiences, it expands. It opens the door for others. That maybe this is possible for me too. I never expected to be talking to my spirit team, to the angels that I talk to. I never expected to be talking to God directly the way I do, you know. The experiences I've had that are all in my beautiful book, When Love Leaves, I wasn't expecting to have any of those. They just happened. The moment I started to let go of the ego, that it was okay, that I didn't need the separate I anymore, this beautiful magic starts to unfold. You know, when you step into the flow, when you allow spirit to take care of you. It's such a beautiful space to be in, you know. So, my beautiful beings, let us know in the comments if you have any questions, if there's anything there you're not sure about in terms of the membership site. If you're on the fence and you think, oh, I don't know. The other thing we wanted to bring forward is that there is a 14-day money-back guarantee that's on everything that we have on the website, except for the ebooks, because they're already heavily discounted. So once you buy the ebook and you have the download, we can't refund your money because you've already got the download, if you know what I mean. And they're only $3.99 each on the website. So we thought that would be the only thing that I would be funny about refunding, because I thought, well, you've downloaded it, you've got the copy now, so it doesn't feel fair. If you read it and, you know, it's like, oh, it doesn't resonate, well, it was just $4, you know, it's not a big deal. I wanted to sell them on the website because then we can give it to you at a discount because it's ours, right? We created them. So that's the only reason they're on the website. Otherwise, you can just buy them directly from Amazon, Barnes & Noble. They're in all the bookshops, so online. So you can order them from there directly if you want the actual copies of the books, the physical copies, that's the word. So I forgot one of the most important things about the membership site. It is a paid site. And the reason for this is that within the membership site, you will receive access to the beautiful courses that my spirit team has given me, has downloaded for me to share with you. You will have access to the books. In the first month, the first book that they want to share with you is covered in Yucky Mucky Mud. That is already in the membership site, waiting for you to download it. So within the first month, they also want to share Loving Your Anger course. One of the first courses that we put together. Originally, we were going to do the forgiveness course. I know I've got all the beta testers out there playing around with it, and I've received a lot of beautiful feedback from that. But because they've already watched some of it, I thought we'd start with something that's completely new for everyone, and everyone starts with the same. And what we hope is that you'll make the most of the beautiful videos that we are sharing from the courses, and you can watch them as they come out, and you can share ideas, thoughts, what's coming up with others. You know, you can have a discussion in there about what's coming up for each of you, and, you know, looking at it from different points of view, because it's going to affect everyone differently. We've all had different experiences, you know. And so it helps us to look at things from different angles, not always looking at it the same way. Sometimes this happens a lot with my husband, actually. He'll point out something that I wasn't seeing before. This is the beauty of relationships, you know? Not just partner relationships, but of having these relationships. And that's what I'm hoping with this community, that people will share, you know, their perspective, and which is a unique perspective because your path is unique. So whatever you share, you know, it may assist someone in shifting a mindset that they've been stuck in for a while, you know, if that's what's meant for them. So we can be assisting each other in there to grow, to expand spiritually, you know. That is our prayer anyway. That's why my spirit team wanted me to create this beautiful membership site for you. So by Friday, we are hoping that membership site is up and running. If you're not part of the weekly newsletter, there are links below for that. So please sign up, because everything as it comes up is always posted out in the weekly newsletter first. That's where you find out about everything first. The YouTube videos sometimes come out a week or two later, depending on when I have time to record them. So that's when they usually come out. But we are really hoping that by Friday, that membership site will be up and running, because we're just so excited to get it out there, you know, to create this gorgeous community and to share all the beautiful things that are coming through, the books, the courses. There's just so much new stuff coming out all the time, you know. I can't remember what video I was saying, you know, that sometimes my team, the last 3-4 weeks, they wake me up at 1 a.m, 2 a.m. I have to get up and sit at the computer because I'm just bombarded with information of things that they want me to do, you know. So yeah. And the last thing, so the membership site, we're hoping will be up and running by the end of the week. The newsletter goes out every Sunday, so that's weekly. That's already been running for a few weeks now. What's the other one? The books, they've always been available, but on our new website, I'll let you know when that comes out. I'm hoping by the end of the other week, but if not, by the end of this week, because I'm hoping it's all together with the membership site. We'll see. I mean, yeah, that's just me. The books, you'll be able to buy the ebooks on there at a discounted price. So that'll be fun. And then you'll have the courses that you can get through the website as well. And the courses that I'm hoping to have up and running by this Friday are the forgiveness course and loving your anger. But the membership site will definitely be up by Friday, I reckon. And then there's 4 things. What's the 4th one? The coaching packages. That's something else that they've got me working, you know. Oh dear. So yes, it's all go, go, go. I'm just being flooded with ideas of things to do for you. You know, this is all for you, because for me, you know, once I started with Your Past is a Gift and then Covered in Yucky Mucky Mud, but by the time I got to You Can Change Your Past, and I'm like, I Am Dark, by the time I got to those 2 books, and the last one that I've received to send off to the publisher, the information is just amazing. For me, you know, I feel like I'm so blessed. I already have the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, you know, that peace, that freedom, that to be in that space of unconditional love. I'm there all the time. So, you know, for me, I'm already living my dream. But for those of us in this space, you know, we know that we're here of service. You know, we're here to be of service because we have all this beautiful knowledge that we've been given, and we know that it wasn't just for us. You know, it is all spirit, and we are here to share it with all of you. It's not just for us, what I've received. Not just for me, I say for us, because yes, it affects my husband. He sees, you know, my energy is completely changed. It's shifted. My daughter, my relationship with my daughter's completely changed, you know, since at least that 1st and 2nd book. So much has shifted. And you begin to see the world completely different, you know, when you start shifting, when you start looking at things from the space of unconditional love. You move away from the space of ego, from the separate I. I didn't even know there was a difference before. I remember being in a course one day with Rikka, and she was talking about something about the ego. And I had this fear within myself that if I let go and I let God, that I would disappear. If I let God take over, I would disappear. That was my fear. And now I understand. Because again, that was the ego talking me into, you can't let go. And then what? You've got no control. What's God going to do? You know, you become nothing. These were all the thoughts going through my head that day when I was talking to Rikka. But if I let go, if I surrender to God, I become nothing. I disappear. It's so funny how the ego works. All right, my beautiful beings. So all of this is here for you. We've created all of this for you. If it resonates in your heart, if it's a yes, if you want to be with more people like you, like me, then this is for you. You're welcome. Come. It's an invitation for you to come. All right, my beautiful beings. We love you dearly. Click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages, and share these videos because you never know who out there may need this information, these messages as they come through. All right, my beautiful beings. We love you dearly. Bye for now.